2 people died and 17 others were missing after Typhoon Bualoi hit Vietnam on Monday, with houses damaged and power grids knocked out as the storm brought flooding rains and huge swells before losing some of its strength as it headed towards Laos. Bualoi had moved along the country's northern central coastline before making landfall early on Monday, causing waves as high as 8 meters, according to the National Weather Agency.
Hiện tại thì nước đang lên rất là nhanh mọi người nhé. Anh em đang trong quá trình cứu hộ di dời.
One person died after being caught in floodwater in Hue City, and another was killed by a falling tree in Thanh Hoa Province, the government's disaster management agency said. 17 fishermen were missing after huge waves hit 2 fishing boats off Quang Tri Province, while another fishing boat lost contact during the storm, according to the agency. "I've witnessed many storms, and this is one of the strongest," said 45-year-old Nguyen Thanh Vinh in Nay and Province as he was cleaning up debris. Vin's neighbors said they stayed up all night trying to protect their homes, even as the power to their apartment building went down. "I stayed awake the whole night fearing the door would be pulled off by strong winds," said resident Ho Van Nguyen. By 11 a.m., the typhoon was moving over Nay and Province into Laos. With maximum wind speeds weakening to 74 kilometers per hour from 117 kilometers per hour when it made landfall, the weather agency said.
Thôi anh em tạm thời đi xuống đi.
Bualoi has so far damaged 245 houses, inundated nearly 1,400 hectares of rice and other crops, and cut off access to several areas, the Disaster Management Agency said in a report. No major damage to industrial properties was mentioned in the report, though there are some large factories in or near Bualoi's path, including those owned by Foxconn, Luxshare, Formosa Plastics, and Vinfast.
Ui, con đưa xa cửa ra.
This morning, September 29th, a powerful tornado struck several municipalities in Namden Province, causing extensive damage to people and property. The tornado killed 6 people, 1 in Hai Thin subdistrict, 1 in Hai On, and 4 in Quy Nhot. 7 people were injured, 4 in Hai Thin and 3 in Quy Nhot. 10 4-story houses collapsed, and 10 houses were damaged, with their roofs blown off. The roof of one school in Kim Dong subdistrict was blown off, and 30 electricity poles were broken and several power lines were downed.
Nó bê hết cả nhà xưởng đây, còn gì nữa, nó bê đằng kia đây. Đúng cái chỗ mà mình đây này.
Ahead of the typhoon hitting, the government had evacuated more than 28,500 people, while hundreds of flights were canceled or delayed as 4 airports in central provinces were closed. The cyclone has triggered heavy rains across most of Vietnam since Saturday, and authorities have warned of the risk of severe floods and landslides. Rainfall in several parts of the country was forecast to hit 500 millimeters from Sunday night through Tuesday, according to the weather agency. With a long coastline facing the South China Sea, Vietnam is prone to typhoons that are often formed east of the Philippines, where at least 10 people died after Bualoi hit there last week. Bualoi has left at least 20 people dead in the central Philippines since Friday, mostly from drownings and falling trees, and knocked out power in several towns and cities, officials said. It forced about 23,000 families to evacuate to more than 1,400 emergency shelters. In Vietnam, the typhoon was expected to bring winds of up to 133 kilometers per hour, storm surges of more than a meter, and heavy rains that could trigger flash floods and landslides.
Con đi mời được đứa nữa khổ, hắn đưa ăn cày khổ đã mời con cháu, mời ba con, mời cháu đi mời đất sao. Không ai ơi, chứ ăn đi con trời ơi.
State media reported that more than 347,000 families had lost power because of the storm. Strong gusts ripped off corrugated iron roofs along the highway and toppled concrete pillars. In Phong Nha Commune, about 45 kilometers from Dong Hoi, residents described terrible gusts of wind and pounding rain. "No one dares to go out," said Lo Hang, a resident told state media VN Express.
Wow.